If you're running out of time on the SAT Math section, don't leave the grid and questions blank. You should guess 2. As you can see from these real SAT answer keys, 2 is often the correct answer, so always guess 2. Today I'm going to show you an easier and faster way to solve this type of math problem on the SAT. When you see variables in the answer choices, you can make up your own numbers. The problem states that x is greater than 3, so I am going to set x equal to 4. Now I'm going to substitute 4 for x in the original equation and begin solving. Instead of using algebra, all I need to do is some basic arithmetic, like combining fractions and simplifying them. So here I'm finding a common base and adding, and I get 1 over 13 over 42. When you divide by a fraction, you flip it, so you get 42 over 13. Eliminate C and D because they are not fractions. Eliminate A because we know the numerator has to be greater than the denominator. So the answer is B. Sometimes it's easier and faster to plug in the answers than to solve with algebra. Let's test out 8, which is answer choice A. We get root 8 plus 28 minus 2 times root 8 plus 1, which is root 36 minus 2 root 9. This simplifies to 6 minus 2 times 3, which is 0, and that was the correct answer. Wasn't that easier than algebra? We can use process of elimination to quickly solve this line of best fit problem. First, we can see from the graph that the line of best fit has a positive slope, so let's eliminate C and D. If we draw the line of best fit, we can see that the y-intercept is close to 0, so the correct answer is A. Here's a really quick way to solve this question using process of elimination. So first, we notice that the shape of the parabola is a sad face. When you have a sad face parabola, then the coefficient in front of the x squared has to be negative. So because that has to be negative, we can eliminate A and C because these are positive. Then we know that, okay, what's the difference between B and D? Here, the intercept is negative in B and the intercept is positive in D. Well, it looks like it crosses it at positive, so it must be D. And that's how you solve that question really quickly without doing any math. So I'm going to show you a quick way to answer Roman numeral questions. So I see that option 1 is in A and D. So I'm going to test out option 1 because either way I'll be able to narrow it down to 2 options. So we have root 14 minus negative 2 plus 2 equals negative 2. Well, I don't even need to go further. This is positive, so there's no way that the answer can be negative. So option 1 doesn't work, which means we can eliminate A and D. So now I've narrowed it to 2 and 3. Let's just try number 1, or let's try 1. So we have 14 minus 1 plus 2 equals 1. Well, this is root 13, and root 13 is some irrational mess, so also I can eliminate that, which leaves us with 3, and that is the correct answer. I guarantee that you'll see a question like this on your SAT. Let me show you how to solve it in 2 steps using process of elimination. First, the slope is negative, so we can eliminate A and C. And the y-intercept is positive, so the correct answer is D. On the SAT Math section, if you have a question that asks about standard deviation, you can always eliminate 2 answer choice options. Eliminate any option that says that the standard deviations of the datasets are equal. Also, eliminate any option that says that there is not enough information available to compare the 2 sets of data. In this example, you can eliminate options C and D because those 2 answer choices will never be correct. This is my dog Han, and as you can see, he's really excited to show you this trick that you can use on the SAT Math section. Whenever you're answering questions about surveys or sampling, the correct answer is always that the survey is flawed. So here, the answer is D. Again, questions that ask about surveys and sampling, the answer is that the survey is flawed. So here, the answer is C. One last example. Do you know what the correct answer is? That's right, it's C. The sampling method is flawed. So next time you see a survey question, think of Han's trick. I'm going to show you how to solve this type of trig problem without doing any math. If you see a question testing complementary angles on the grid-in section, the correct answer is always the value that is given in the question. For example, in number 19, the correct answer is 4/5. In number 17, the correct answer is 0.6. Let me show you why. It's a trig rule. Two angles that add up to 90 degrees are complementary. And for complementary angles, the sine of an angle is equal to the cosine of its complement. But none of that matters. Just remember that if you see these questions, the correct answer is the value you already see in the question.